Welcome, I am your host Ulmarwolf, and this is the Bare Knuckle Championship. This is fight number 3, and I do have to apologise to the Reaper DKO. There was some confusion over his man that was entered into the Bare Knuckle Championship, but I'm going to correct that right here and give him the opportunity to win the belt away from the random destroyer that I've downloaded from Community Creations. And this is the real destroyer belonging to the Reaper DKO. And he will go one-on-one with the random destroyer by the name of Chris. Just a reminder of the rules of the Bare Knuckle Championship. 2 men enter a steel cage. Only one walks away with the belt. The other is laid out, looking up at the stars, out cold. No submissions, no pins, just good old TKOs. And I will be putting a bill in to the Reaper for his use of pyro here in the Bare Knuckle Championship, brought to you by UKWF. So now the destroyer is in the ring. We're going to bring out the current heavyweight, say that again, the current Bare Knuckle champion, Chris the Destroyer. And so far the belt has changed hands 2 times. The Joker beat Union Jack in the opening fight. The Joker was then beaten by this man right here, Chris the Destroyer, who is sporting the updated Bare Knuckle Championship belt. Just a few little tweaks of that belt just to make it look that little bit better. Now the question is, can the Reaper DKO with his man the Destroyer beat this man right here and take the title to defend it from that moment onwards? Man seems to be taking his time, making his way down to the ring. I suppose champion's privilege makes it says he can take as long as he likes. The match can't go on without him. I would like to know what the destroyer on the outside of the ring puts in his hair to make it glow like that. And there is the new Bare Knuckle Championship belt. The Destroyer versus Chris the Destroyer. And here we go. And Chris coming down with a thundering axe handle slam, taking Destroyer off his feet. Destroyer though fighting back with a punch to the midsection. And a drop kick from Chris knocks the Destroyer off his feet and onto his back. Chris picks him up with a gut wrench. And he slams him down to the mat. Stomp to the back of the head. Softening the Destroyer up and raining down punches now. Bouncing his fists off the forehead of the Destroyer. This time the Destroyer blocks it. Delivers a backbreaker. Lets him get to one knee, now brings him to his feet. And a super kick to the jaw. Picks him up yet again, this time sweeps the legs, dropping Chris to his face. The Destroyer seems to be in control of this match now. Looks to pick him up, but he has his legs swept from underneath him there by Chris. Chris now picks the Destroyer up. STO there, slamming the back of the Destroyer's head off that mat. And now going up to that mid rope, telling the Destroyer to get to his feet. And a flying shoulder block tackle there, taking the Destroyer off his feet once again, bouncing his head off the mat. Double axe handle there, whips him into the corner. The Destroyer blocks, delivers a headbutt, looking for the DDT, but the Destroyer stops that and flips him over onto his back. Up on the shoulders, fireman's carry, hangs him up on that top rope. And a low blow there, that would take the wind out of any man. Chris catches the leg, spins him round, but he grabs him from behind and delivers a back to belly slam. Destroyer picks him up, scoops him up, but Chris slips through, delivers a forearm across the back of the neck. Now the uppercut, looking for another, but the Destroyer quickly there with the snapmare takedown. Now locking up that shoulder joint, trying to take the punches away from Chris. Looks to pick him up onto his feet. Chris blocks, delivers a strong headbutt there. Scoop slam. No, I think we're going for the running power slam, and there it is, bouncing him off the mat. But the Destroyer still in this. Sweeps the leg from underneath Chris. Slap blocked, heavy left hand hook there, and a right hand now. Bouncing the back of his head off the mat once again. Chris the Destroyer now, bouncing the Destroyer's head off his knee. I hope you guys are as confused as I am of these Destroyers, both being named that in the ring. Elbow to the midsection by the Destroyer. Headbutt again. Kick to the leg, but the arm drag takedown by Chris. DDT! Plants his head into the mat. Rolls over, lays his arm across him. No pins here, bud. Only knockouts. Both men crawling, trying to get to their feet. Chris first man up. Picks the Destroyer up. Destroyer blocks, delivers a strong headbutt. And a big forearm across the face, and bounces the back of his head off that mat yet again. Now Chris the Destroyer putting all his weight through the midsection there of the Destroyer, pushing all that air out of the lungs. Picks him up, got him by the head control. Snapmare takedown, and a punch to the side of the head. The roll up, DDT, top of the head, driving into the mat. Now the Destroyer going up top, Swanton Bomb. Going to see that once again. There it is from another angle. All that body weight crashing through the chest of Chris the Destroyer. High risk move there. Chris whipped into the corner. Fights his way out of an elbow strike. Big right hand. And we're going to see the reverse choke slam. Bouncing the front of his head off the mat. Now Chris oozing the crowd's appreciation of that move there. Taking it all in. Now stomping away at the Destroyer. I think this could be over. No! The Destroyer fights back with the elbow strikes. Breaks free. STO from Chris though, drives him into the mat, and then a big stomp across the face. big right hand to the top of the head of Chris, the Destroyer from Chris. Another STO. How much more can the Destroyer take? Whipped into the corner now. Sits him up on that top turnbuckle. But the Destroyer fights free. Jumping clothesline there. Takes the Destroyer, Chris the Destroyer off his feet, and again goes to the top rope. And another Swanton bomb. This time it looks like his hand landed in the... It did. All his body weight landed in the crotch of Chris the Destroyer. Another blow to the low area in this match here. No rules except you've got to knock your opponent out, so anything goes. The Destroyer now locking up that shoulder, but it looks like Chris is trying to break free now. Right hand. And we've got blood. The blood's beginning to flow here. The Destroyer bleeding now, bouncing off the mat after that right hand there from Chris. Gut wrench power slam. And another. Now Chris waiting for the Destroyer to get to his feet. And we're going to see a running power slam. There it is. Is he out? No. The Destroyer holding on still. Still not been knocked out yet. Chris now picks him up to his knees. Bouncing his head off his knee there. And again, Chris taking in the crowd's appreciation here of this match. And again putting all that body weight through the midsection of the Destroyer, driving the air out of the lungs. Looking for that vice grip, but the Destroyer now fights to get to his knee. Elbow to the midsection. Heavy right hand. And slams him down to the mat there. The one-handed power bomb. Picks him up to his feet. Inverted atomic drop. Drops him down to the floor. Legs to the mid-low blow. Double drop kick to the chest. Destroyer picks him up to his feet now. Kick to the midsection. And he drops him on the back of his head. And that's it. Chris the Destroyer has been knocked out. And we have again another new bare knuckle champion here. Hard to see some of these moves through the steel cage here. Here we saw the Destroyer being bounced off the mat. The running power slam from Chris on the Destroyer, but it still wasn't enough to knock him out. There was the double drop kick. And here, this bleeding mess of a man is your new bare knuckle champion of UKWF. The Destroyer from the channel The Reaper DKO. If you want to take part in the open challenge for this bare knuckle championship, leave a comment with your CAC in the comments below with all the hashtags of where I can find you on Community Creations PS4, and I'll set up the match. First come, first served. But as always, like, subscribe and share. I hope to see you there. Goodbye.